I am working on making a pair of dawn jeans from Nielsen, and I am going to attempt to do a sew along. I have already cut all my pieces, but I thought I'd tell you I am making View B, the straight leg jeans. I looked over the sizing, and I've actually made this before. I made it in a stretch denim, and although I loved them, I did a button fly, which was a lot of fun. But I made the hem too short. So I had a learning lesson on this. And so we're attempting again with non-stretch denim, same size 16. But I'm also gonna try an actual zip fly with this view. Now to get started, it says to stay stitch your front. So whatever number that would be, depending on what view you decide to make, stay stitch along the top of the front, the back yoke, which is piece 14, and then the pocket facing, which is piece 11, which I've already done. And this is going to be really hard to see because I have blue thread in my machine, but this is the top, and I have of the front piece, which is piece 1 for the pair I am making, the view I'm making. And I have done my stay stitching. And then on the yoke, I have taken a chalk marker and put a number on my pieces. So I would make sure I remembered, but I did that stay stitching on those pieces. And then piece 11. Here we go. We have our stay stitching on that. And then I took the chalk marker and I also marked my notches. Even though I did notch them, I want to make sure these turn out really good. And then the next step is to finish your crotch section of the front. It says if you use an overlocker, which I did, and my overlocker is in dark blue. I think I have one cone that is green, so that kind of does help along the way. If you are using an overlocker, you don't want to trim any of the seam allowance. So you want to try not to trim anything. And again, I used my chalk marker, and this time it's in white to mark my notches. Then, since I'm doing a zipper fly, on the instructions, I'm going to skip forward, and that is on page 17, is the zip fly. So let's move all this out of the way. I'm actually really nervous to do the zip fly. Okay, so for this step, it does say you have to switch between a regular foot, a zipper foot, regular thread, and top stitching thread. Now I have Gutermann denim thread. I also have some top stitching thread that I haven't tried yet. And for some of this, I'm not going to use the denim thread. I'm just going to use what I have in the machine, which is a plain denim, dark blue. I do have a jeans needle, and I use the size 100 because this is a lightweight denim, and this is, you know, I'm kind of new to this and learning the denim, so I put a 100 in there to be safe. It says fold the fly extension, which is piece 8. Fold the fly extension, which is piece 8, in half with right sides together, and we're going to sew a 1/4 inch from the raw edge along the top right sides together. There we go. Just along the bottom edge using only a regular foot and regular thread. So I fold it, and I had a notch at the top and a notch, and so those are at the bottom, and they're folded. They're right here. And we're going to sew just along here. And I'll take my chalk marker and 1/4 inch. So I'm estimating it there. I'll see you in a minute. Here we go. I did switch to my denim thread, and now it has been sewn 1/4 inch on the bottom, and it says flip it right way around and reshape the curved bottom edge and press the seam. Here we are all pressed right side out, and the next step is to finish this raw edge using our preferred method, and actually it looks like this is the side we're going to do. So we're going to finish this edge along here, and then we're going to take piece 7 and we're going to finish the curved outer edge. So the sides that do not have the notches. And as you can see, I marked my notches here, I clipped them and chalked them. So now I'm going to go to my overlocker and I'm going to overlock this and overlock this. Okay, we have both overlocked both piece 8 and piece 7, overlock the edges. This curve was kind of hard, so it's not perfect, but it's okay. Next step is we're going to take the zipper, and my zipper is a 9-inch, and it looks like they're calling for a 7-inch zipper. Mine is a 9-inch. We're going to lay it on the edge that is overlocked, and it's so we want the folded edge to the right of piece 8. 8 is marked on the other side, but we want the folded edge on the right, and then we want to line up our zipper to the overlocked edge. The instructions say to take the zipper stop and line it up with your notch, but in this case I don't think that's a good idea for me because it's just way too long. So I'm going to actually just move mine down, and we're going to use a zipper foot, and we're going to sew a 1/4 inch from the edge all the way down here. All right, let me move this one out of the way for the moment. You can see here I have sewn along this edge, and let's hope this is right, because if it's wrong I'll be doing a lot of ripping. I pinned on the other opposite side to keep this in place, which I thought worked really well. The hardest part was at the top, getting around this zipper head, the pull, and so I had opened it, and then when I got to that spot with the needle down, I pulled this up. The next step is we're going to take the right front piece. So the right front piece, right side up, should look like this with your crotch, or what I call the J, on your right. You're going to take the zipper and you're going to flip it over so it lines up with your notches. And again, you're going to do a 1/4 inch seam allowance all the way down, and it looks like it's supposed to extend out a 1/4 inch from the edge. And you clip into the seam allowance just below the fly extension by, a 1/4 inch. So you're going to clip right here, somewhere over here. That's my next step. I'm so nervous. We're going to use regular thread and the zipper foot for this step. All right, so I've done a couple of steps here. I sewed it as it said, flipped it over, and then did the top stitching, and this looks really sharp. I'm very happy with that. The top stitching is 1/16 from the edge, and I used a zipper foot, and I really just eyeballed it. I did have the zipper pull open the entire time. I thought that would make it easier. And it was pretty easy to do. It looks really good. Okay, the next step we have is we're going to place the left front leg right side up, which I have, so the J will look, the crotch, I call it the J curve. The J will actually look like a J. Place the fly on top of the left front leg with the right sides together. The crotch notches should be aligned, which puts it right here, as so. And we are going to sew the fly to the front using a regular foot and regular thread, 5/8 from the edge. So this is different. This is where it should be, 5/8 from the edge along the entire length of the fly. That one I am looking forward to. It seems super easy. Okay. So I have sewn it with 5/8 seam allowance from the edge all the way down. And that's it for today. The sun is starting to set, and it's going to be harder for me to get a good video. So we will take it, start again tomorrow. Okay, we are on day 2, and we did our stitch. The next step is to clip into the seam allowance just below the fly, and then we're going to turn the fly to the inside, press it. I think I can do this. So I clipped it just as I'm supposed to, up to the seam allowance. Then we're going to flip this over, press it, and then top stitch the entire length of the fly using the top stitch thread. Okay, so as you can see, I have done my top stitching. The tension is not the best here. As you can see, if you flip it over, maybe that'll come with a little bit of practice. There's that little clip I made. Next up, we are going to put right sides together, and we're going to finish sewing the crotch, but it says to baste it. So I'm flipping this over. You see where I messed up with my zipper. Yesterday, I said, oh, I'm not going to line it up at the bottom like they said. That was the biggest mistake ever. Biggest mistake ever. Do I undo this? I really don't want to because everything else looks really good. So I'm going to have to trim this and do it on my own. Maybe make a new stopper. But I have lined up my fronts, and I'm going to base 5 inches from the edge the rest of the crotch. Okay, so I have machine basted that rest of that crotch together. Now we're going to fold open the front so the fly overlaps the zipper. Just like so. You can see where I have it basted there. Maybe that was a little, yeah, that was a little far. It's okay. That's the zipper. Fold open the front so the fly overlaps the zipper and the fly extension. The folded edge of the fly should line up with the center front notch on the opposite waistline. Pin the fly to the center front, then turn everything to the wrong side. This should line up there, which is right there. Okay. Center front. Okay. There we go. Then turn everything to the wrong side. Okay. Flip the fly extension to the other side. And you will see the zipper is face down on the fly. It will fall into a natural position, most likely just over a 1/4 inch. So you notice the zipper will line up. We're going to pin that down. And we're going to sew the zipper to the fly only, using a zipper foot and regular thread. Okay, here we are. I have sewn my zipper. I did 2 rows, one close to the zipper tape and one close to the edge of the, closer to the feet. Now we're going to unpick the crotch seam basting stitches and pin the right crotch out of the way. So that would be this side. Take those basting stitches right out. Check. The right out of the way. Right crotch out of the way. Okay. We are going to pin the fly extension out of the way as well. Okay. Well, there's a lot of pinning going on here. And we'll do this too. Okay. Using a contrasting thread and the regular foot, we're going to sew a line of basting stitches around the outer edge of the fly through both the fly and the left leg on the wrong side of the garment. And it shows we're going to stick to this right here. We're using a different color thread because it is going to be our guide for top stitching. Then when we're done sewing that basting stitch, we're going to flip it over and we're going to do on the right side top stitching with the top stitch thread. And let me show you the picture here. This is where we get that nice detail, and we're going to use the basting stitches, and let's see how that looks. Just really fast, I actually did more pinning because I think it's going to be very helpful when I do my basting stitch along this line. Let's see what happens here. Okay, so I just took all my pins out, and as you can see, I did my contrasting thread. It's pink on this side and it is yellow on the right side. So that is going to be my guide. And I'm going to take top stitching thread now, and I'm going to go through both sides all the way down here, and then I'm going to get that curve also. I didn't do this here because the zipper was in the way, and I kind of got sick of it and I chopped off the zipper. I'm going to hand sew a little stopper just to be on the safe side. And once I get that done in the top stitching, I'll come back. Okay, I did my top stitching, and I'm very displeased with this right here. Although I thought this outer one looked good when I did it, and then I did the inner one, and I'm like, oh, I really don't like that, but I definitely don't like this right here. So what I think I'm gonna do, because I don't want to keep redoing it, I'm just going to unpick here and here, and I'm going to redo this outer and try to make that look a little bit more presentable. But I think this is going to be the extent of day 2 because I want to take my time and I want it to look good. I'm not very experienced with very visible top stitching, so this is not the end of the world, but I'm not happy with it. So I'm going to unpick this, just this section here, and I'm going to redo it. I did play with the tension on my top stitching, and I got to a place I like a lot better. Yeah, there we go. Let me redo this a little bit and come back for you. Okay, I redid it, just the outer, and I'm okay with it. I'd like to fix the inner top stitch as well, but I actually think I'm going to leave it. If it's a little imperfect, that's okay because these are handmade. And honestly, as they're worn, I think it's going to be okay. This concludes day 2 because the sun is starting to go down. I'm losing some of my natural light, and honestly, I need to walk away. Sometimes when I'm having a hard time where I'm overthinking things, I'm a little more anxious and nervous, I think it's better to just walk away for a little bit. So this is going to be the end of today, and we'll come back tomorrow and do a little more. Thanks for watching, everyone.